I'd like to greet the Program Director, Ambassador McKenna, Your Excellency Ambassador Hashim Jayani, Ambassador of the State of Palestine to South Africa, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, the representative of the United Nations Centre in Pretoria, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed honoured to represent the people and the government of South Africa at this gathering to mark the important occasion of the 42nd anniversary of the declaration of the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people. As you may be aware, the date 29 November is of great significance, for on this day, 72 years ago, in 1947, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the resolution on the partition of Palestine, paving the way for the establishment and international recognition of the Israeli state. It constituted a somber watershed in Palestinian history, as their faith as the perennial oppressed, dispossessed, and exiled people was subsequently sealed. On the same day, in 1977, the UN passed a resolution calling for the annual observance of 29 November as the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people. It was also on that day in 2012 when Palestine was recognized as a non-member observer state by the UN. Today, instead of implementing the numerous resolutions of the UN General Assembly and the Security Council that established the withdrawal of Israel from Palestine territories and from other occupied Arab territories, the occupying forces imposed new policies. These policies are far from contributing to the promotion of a just and long-lasting peace in the region, and perpetuate the status quo and undermine the efforts made by the Palestinian people to exercise their right to self-determination. Our Palestinian brothers and sisters continue to struggle for their national and international recognition of their basic human rights. These include their personal, political, social, economic, and religious rights. This Day of Solidarity remains again this year an urgent call for concrete action and legislation to comprehensively liberate Palestinian communities from that which unjustly limits their lives, opportunity, and natural development towards a normal existence. Beyond decades of rhetoric caught within highly politicized circumstances, the lack of determined, transparent political will has stolen the lives from many innocent Palestinian people. The 29th of November is a day where every Palestinian needs to feel their story is being told and retold again and again. It is a day to tell people of conscience that solidarity goes beyond words. Solidarity is action to guarantee Palestinian rights on their land. Solidarity means ultimately achieving peace based on justice and restoring hope for a better future. In this regard, allow me to quote South Africa's first democratically elected president, Nelson Mandela, who said, and I quote, Action without vision is only passing time. Vision without action is daydreaming. But vision with action can change the world, end quote. And since the dawn of democracy, the South African government, based on historical and moral human rights grounds, has committed its support to the Palestinian cause. Again, I want to quote our late President, Nelson Mandela, who said, "We know too well that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinians." As such, the state of Palestine continues to remain a priority in South Africa's current international diplomacy, and our government will continue to campaign for the independence of Palestine until the two-state solution. Based on the international recognition of independence of the viable state of Palestine, which is based on the 4th of June 1967 borders, with East Jerusalem as a capital existing peacefully as independent states. The outstanding final status issues must be resolved through direct negotiations between the parties with support from the international community. The Israeli and Palestinian people face a shared fate on a shared land. There's no expunging the other. Yet, as we observe the Day of Solidarity, we fear that with each day passing, the people of the region are losing any sense of connection, any sense of empathy, any sense of mutual understanding of our common humanity and our common future. To this end, we must continue to work to bring up the people together, to discover a new, engaging forms of solidarity which stretch all parties to see all humanity more clearly and to exercise justice for all with willful compassion as advised in the 3 Abrahamic faith communities. To the international community, we address the appeal to remain faithful to the goal of achieving a comprehensive, just, and peace in the Middle East. The people of Palestine and the whole region need our support for their efforts to put an end to this conflict which has plagued the world for far too long. The achievement of a just and comprehensive peace will not only have an effect on the lives of the people in that region, it will reverberate around the globe and promote the cause of international peace and security in a fundamental way. The goal remains to realize a just and lasting peace for which generations of Palestinians and Israelis have been longing for. A peace that will end the occupation that started in 1967. It will end the conflict and ensure that an independent, viable, sovereign state of Palestine lives side by side with the state of Israel. We call on Israel and the Palestinian leadership to show vision and determination. We also urge the international community to support the Israeli and Palestinian authorities to forge a credible political path and create an environment conducive to a return to meaningful negotiations that will meet the legitimate aspirations of both sides. Ladies and gentlemen, in concluding today's proceedings, it is also an honor and with profound sadness to take the opportunity to bid farewell to His Excellency, Ambassador Hashim Dayani, the Ambassador of the State of Palestine to South Africa, whose term of duty comes to an end in South Africa on the 30th of November. We want to wish you well, Ambassador. I would therefore like to convey on behalf of the Government of South Africa and the people of South Africa our sincerest gratitude for the work that you have undertaken during your tenure in South Africa. Your presence in South Africa was very much cherished, and your valuable work contributed to the strengthening of relationships between our country and Palestine, relations which we desire to continue and to develop further. Your Excellency, you have reached out to many sections of South African society, and you've earned the respect and admiration for your tenacity and resilient leadership in pursuing the Palestinian cause. We would like to wish His Excellency the best in his future endeavors and trust that his successor will build on the solid foundation that he has laid. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to express on behalf of South African government and the organizers my appreciation for your attendance and participation here today. Let us reaffirm on this International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people our commitment to advocating for peace, justice, security, and dignity for Palestinians and Israelis alike. I thank you and God bless.